Hello, kindergarteners. How are you doing today? It is Mrs. Mulder again with our lesson 2 of week 4. In our kindergarten math week 4 lesson 2, we are going to continue to work with operations and algebraic thinking. And our learning target for the week is I can solve addition and subtraction word problems by using objects or drawing to represent the problems. So let's see what all of this is about. But first, let's do some warm-up exercises. Are you ready? Warm-up time. Question number 1. Solve the following equations. And to solve these equations, you may use any of these strategies. You could be counting objects, you could count with your fingers, mental math, counting on, counting backwards, you decide. So let's see, go ahead, ready, set, go. 2 plus 1 is the same as 4 plus 1 is the same as 5 is the same as 2 plus and 3 is the same as 0 plus It's your turn. Find out. I'm gonna count in my head to give you a couple more seconds. And let's see if you got this right. All right, 2 plus 1. Did you get 3? 4 plus 1. Did you get a 5? 5 is the same as 2 plus 3. You get that right? And 3 is the same as 0 plus 3. Did you get it right? Yay! All right, let's go to question number 2 and number 3. Question number 2. Take a look at this picture. There are 6 cupcakes and 1 ice cream cone. How many in all? Solve using a number bond model. Ready, set, go. What was that? You got it? Wow, you guys are quick. Using a number bond model. We already know that for the number bond, we have the whole and we have the parts. And I don't have much space here, so I will have to expand it a little bit. And it says that there are 6 cupcakes. I'm going to put a 6 right here. And 1 ice cream cone. How many altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you get it right? Yes. And now, question number 3. Count the balloons and show the total in tens and ones. Oh, count all of these balloons. And using tens and ones, show me how many balloons you see. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes, seconds. Done. You got it? Let's give it a try. Okay, so right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 15, I need to show 15 in tens and ones. So I'm going to make a 10. That's 10. And then I need to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what you did? Well done, mathematicians. Let's get going. The first part of our lesson today is reviewing some of the strategies we have already studied. And this week we are going to work with a lot of math problems, a lot of stories, so that you could turn them into math. All right? So the first thing we're going to do is use the par whole bar model to solve this story problem. Hazel sees 5 butterflies in the flowers. 5 butterflies, right there, 5 butterflies. Fahad sees 3 butterflies in a net. How many butterflies in all? Well, I sort of went ahead and I did it for you. I used my par whole bar model right here. And I know that 5 and 3 are the parts because they're asking me for how many in all, so that will be the total amount. And I use here a combination of strategies. First, I counted in my head. I got 8. Then I counted with my fingers. 5, 3, I still got 8. So then I went ahead and did a basic bar model to make sure that I still got 8. So I created my bar model right here, and I said that Hazel has 5, Fahad has 3, how many altogether? 8. So I integrated a lot of the strategies to make sure that I got the same answer. How many butterflies in all? There are 8 butterflies altogether. Next, we are going to practice using the number lines. And this is something that you could do at home with family pictures, pictures about your pets, things around the house. You just have to draw your number line. And in this case, I have a picture of a dog. I have 2 pictures of a girl exploring by the ocean shores, and I have another girl blowing bubbles. So 1 dog and 3 children having fun. How many altogether? I got my number line down here, and I started with 1. Right in here, I started with 1 because there was one dog. And then I counted on. I hopped forward 3 times. Why? Because there are 3 children. So I started with 1 and I went 1, 1, 2, 3. And I landed on number 4. So now I know the answer is 4. So I solved it by writing the number sentence and turning it into this completed equation. 1 add 3 is the same as 4. Simple, huh? Yes, and for those of you super achievers that are telling me, Mrs. Mulder, this is too easy, I already know that. Just know that you could do it with bigger numbers as well. In this one, we are going to practice solving this problem using the Rec and Rec. Since we do not have a Rec and Rec at home, we just draw a line and put little circles over it. Uriah saw 10 worms in the dirt. Victoria saw 5 worms crawling away. How many worms are left in the dirt? I went ahead and I drew my Rec and Rec right here. And then I crossed out the 5 worms that Victoria saw crawling away. And I counted what I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 left. How many worms are left in the dirt? 5. But because I know that I always have to show how I get the answer, and we practice with drawing it and solving it at least 3 different ways. I also went ahead and wrote the 10 that Uriah had. I subtracted the 5 that Victoria saw crawling away, and I got 5, because 10 subtract 5 is the same as 5. 5 is the same as 10 subtract 5. So right here, we use the rec and rec to solve this story problem. Let's practice using strategy. In this one right here, I just counted the pictures that I had. I used the information that the story gave me to solve it, to figure it out. And that is something that you could do as well. There are 7 children. 3 are boys. How many are girls? So I immediately looked at the pictures and they're telling me, okay, they're asking me to classify, to sort by boys and girls. So I'm going to go ahead and label them. And I counted the 3 boys that they mentioned. 1 right here, 2 right here, 3 right here. Now I'm going to count the girls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 children. Subtract the 3 boys equals 4 girls. 7 subtract 3 is the same as 4. 4 plus 3 is the same as 7. In this one, we are going to review using our 10 frames. Adding using doubles. We're also going to practice adding doubles. So here is the story. 11 airplanes flying high. 9 airplanes flying low. How many airplanes altogether? Well, the first thing you do is try to see what you already know. We know that 11 is 1 more than 10. And 9 is 1 less than 10. Knowing that, then if I take this 1 in the 1's place from 11 and I give it to the 9, this 9 becomes 10. And now I have 10 add 10 equals 20. Now, since this is a big number and I wasn't too sure about it, I decided to double check using 10 frames. And I put my 10 blue dots on a 10 frame, and then I put this blue dot here because it was 11 airplanes flying high. Then I used green to plug in my 9 airplanes flying low. And when I looked at it, both 10 frames got full, which means 10 plus 10 is the same as 20. And this is another way you could use doubles. You could use 10 frames. You could write your number sentence and look at the pattern. Use what you know to solve those story problems really quickly. Lately, we've been talking a lot about touch math. And touch math is just another way of having a visual, something that you could look at, something that you could see instead of always using your fingers. How does that work? Well, every number gets its amount of dots. The 1 gets 1, the 2 gets 2, 3, 4 gets 4, 5 gets 5, and so on. When you get an equation and you're going to solve it, you don't have to draw the dots all over it. You take the biggest number and you put it in your head. You draw the dots over the smallest number And if it is an addition, you count forward. And if it is a subtraction, then you count backwards. Let me show you exactly what I did here. It says 12 plus 8. I know 12 is the biggest number right here. So I put 12 in my head. And then I went in here and I put the dots on number 8 and I counted 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I wrote my answer, 20. Now I could see if I just count these dots right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did put 8 dots over number 8. So I'm going to double check again. 12 in my head, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The answer is 20. Now, I wasn't too sure about that because we always try 2 or 3 different ways to make sure that our answer is always the same. So then I went here and I put little dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I added 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I first put 12, then I put 8. And what I did, I just went ahead and I connected the numbers to make sure that I had 20. And because it's such a long or a big number, I counted by 2. So I went like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And I gave myself a star because I got 20 right here. And I even practiced writing my number, 20, 2 groups of 10. Okay? Then with my subtraction, you put the biggest number in your head and you count backwards as you draw the number of dots on that number. Again, it's number 8. I need to have 8 dots over number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have my 8 dots. Okay, so then I go here 12 and I count backwards. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The answer is 4. Again, I'm not too sure about that. So I'm going to go ahead and practice doing this. So I went and I drew all of these dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then I went and I crossed out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I had 4 left. So I wrote number 4 and I gave myself a star. So friends, this touch math is another way that you could use to solve your story problems, to draw the picture, to represent it so that you could show how you ended up with the answer you got. Here we are going to be adding and subtracting using our number bonds. And we already practiced that at the beginning. So if the whole is missing, right here, if the whole is missing, then you need to add the parts. And if one of the parts is missing, then you need to subtract. Okay? When the whole is missing, you add. Right here. When the part is missing, then you subtract. Okay, so in this case, when I looked at the first problem, I had two parts, 4 and 3. I needed to add the 4 and the 3 to find the answer. 4 and 3. So let me show you what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. When I can get all that together, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer would have been 7. Right here, I'm missing one of the parts, so I have to subtract. 7, subtract 4. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I need to subtract 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3 left. So this part is 3. All right? So always remember, mathematicians, if the whole is missing, you add the two parts. If one of the parts is missing, then you subtract. Okay, so today, what did we cover as mathematicians? Well, we just review a lot of the different strategies we could use to solve math problems. So, mathematicians, today and every day, remember to use objects and pictures to solve and show addition and subtraction math problems. Among those strategies you could use counting on, counting forward, or counting backwards. You could use cubes, you could use objects, the reckon recs, the abacus, or your fingers. You could also draw pictures. You could do the touch math. You could do tally marks or a number line. You could also use your 10 frame, your part whole model, your bar model, or your number bonds, which is another way of showing the part whole. You could also write your number sentence. You could use doubles, or if the first digit is 2b compared to the other one, yeah, so then you just flip them. Okay, so that is it for. So thank you so much for watching, and I would, right here I misspelled a word. Instead of leave is love. I would love to hear which strategy you think works best for you and why. So I'll see you next time. Remember, Eagles, be safe, be kind, and be learners. See you next time. Bye-bye.